thoughts on flat Earth conspiracy theories in general. I have to say, the Earth is not flat. We live on this huge ball in space. I just have no doubt about that. It's an unnecessary thing. Why does the Earth need to be flat? And the ancients knew this. The ancients knew this forever. The ancient Egyptians knew this. Everybody knows that the Earth is not flat. You just need to stand on a cliff and look at a distant ocean horizon and see a ship come towards you, and you'll see the funnel of the ship first before you see the deck of the ship. Yeah. That's because it's coming around a curved horizon.
We'll see the same phenomenon that we observe with ships going off into the distance and assumed to be going down a curve, when in fact we can see that his feet and wheels are now disappearing, but he is also being mirrored by the surface. So we have the surface mirroring half of that, and the actual rider still on the surface and being observed, even though we cannot see his lower half very clearly. And as he gets further away, there'll be this kind of separation of the two, and we are left with just this top half that seems to be floating above this band of convergence, or mirroring from the surface. And this, we will see in a moment, is what we actually see at sunset. We see the sun not going down below this apparent horizon of the surface, but we see first this mirroring, and then as it gets further away, it just disappears, just like the cyclist. I'm going to raise the camera, and the cyclist will pop back into view, even though he's on a flat surface. There he is. And you'll watch him go around the corner to the left in a second. So this shows that giving ourselves a little extra height over a flat surface will allow us to see a sunset twice. We don't have to be looking down the curve of a ball.
Such a beautiful sunset. Now with the camera zoomed in, everything does go black around the sun, and it looks like a black hole. And all the light is in the center of that black hole. So it ain't really a black hole, it's a light hole. And I put out a different video, and I think I called it Window into Heaven, and I actually showed this, but I didn't really even notice it myself back then. But now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another arrow here. It was a little windy that day, but I waited till this video settled down a little bit, and I put another arrow here to show you where that actual horizon line is. It is there. So what you're actually seeing is the sun is shrinking into its own reflection, and nobody realizes this. Nobody sees this. Now, at the point that I put right about here, actually, is I used the zoom tool. I took that portion of the video from that point to the end of this, to this next transition, and I used the zoom tool, and I zoomed in on it, and I wanted to give you a close-up view and a slow motion view of that sun. Now this is the sun, and it's going to slowly disappear. It's going to do a magic act. It's going to do an illusion. It's going to deceive you, because it is going to disappear, but it's going to disappear into the atmosphere. Just like some of my boats that I show that get out to a certain point in the horizon, it disappears back into that mirage, that glass area, that mirroring area, that area that mirrors the sky. So again, I'm presenting this to you as my proof. And again, I don't expect anybody to believe me. They don't have to believe me. But this is what I see. So I've got this thing slowed way down, and this is what I want you to see, how this is working, and how where below this you can see the visible water line, but up above that water line, you can tell that that is a mirroring of the sky. And this is mirrored from the top to the bottom. If you split that in half, it's just mirroring the sun slowly fading away. Now, I am not a professional photographer, but I think that my videos is going to prove to your own eyes what actually happens to the sun. It is a deception.
And this, we will see in a moment, is what we actually see at sunset. we see the sun not going down below this apparent horizon of the surface, but we see first this mirroring, and then as it gets further away, it just disappears, just like the cyclist.
There's the sun. That's how big it is. Looks a lot bigger until you put a filter on it.
One of the questions that has come up a number of times, actually, is how is it that the clouds can be lit from underneath? Now, in the spinning heliocentric globe model, it's essentially explained that as the Earth is rolling away from the sun, as it's spinning, it rolls such that the sun is at a much lower angle, and because of that angle, the sun is shining up, and the sun rays are hitting the bottom of the clouds. So when you show people the model of the sun going around in a parallel path above the circle of the Earth, they say, well, in that situation, the sun is above the clouds, and so how could it possibly illuminate the bottom of the clouds when it's doing that? So I decided to take up that challenge and see if I could figure that out based on what I had learned in my previous experiments. And so I got one of these stick-em-up LED lights. You kind of push the button, it's got 3 little LED lights inside, and I taped it up so only one of the LED lights is showing and stuck it on a box and put it on a table with my trusty plastic lens set up here. And I took my stand that I was using for the sun and moon and just set it up right here on top of these little Tupperware things. And I was thinking, okay, so let's just say the bottom of this little stand here represents the bottom of the clouds. And so as you can see here, the light is way above, it's well above what would be the bottom of the clouds in this example. So let's see what happens. I turned off the lights and set my iPhone to record, and I'm showing myself here recording all of this with another camera, and I pulled the light back on the table, and watch what happens here. Ooh, check it out. There's that refraction taking place again. It's got the light. It made the sun set, first of all, below the horizon in this case, And let's just show, this is just the iPhone view. I'm going to bring the cloud in here, and the platform's the bottom of the clouds, so the sun's going down, and oop, there it is. The bottom of the clouds illuminated by a light source that's well above the clouds, moving parallel over a flat surface. So apparently it's possible for the sun to illuminate the bottom of the clouds even on the flat Earth model.
ground.